Hey gang, Todd here. It's a slightly overcast day here in Ohio, and going to an early showing of the Exorcist, believers. Little miffed at it because they didn't say anything about Linda Blair being in it. How can you have an Exorcist movie without Linda Blair? But fingers crossed that she maybe pops up at some point. Unless they killed her character off. Bummer. And I'm also hoping it's just not a retread of the original film, which, like the last Insidious film was. But so, fingers crossed on that too. Tell you what I think when I get back. Well, that was better than I expected. It was not a retread of the original. I mean, a little bit, but it's an Exorcist movie. You've got to have some of those tropes. It starts out in Haiti, where this photographer and his wife are there, and she's pregnant, and she gets a blessing from the local priestess. I believe it's called Santarina, which is a kind of a mixture of Catholicism and voodoo, what we would call voodoo. And anyways, there's an earthquake. She's badly injured, and they can't save both the mother and the child. Then we jump ahead 13 years later, and the father was asked to make a choice who to save. Anyway, 13 years later, she's now a teenager, and she and her father, they show they have a really good relationship, just like in Exorcist. And she and a friend go off in the woods and after school, and they do a little ritual to see if she can contact her mother. And they don't come home, and people search for them, and they can't find them. And then 3 days later, they show up. Their feet are burned somehow. They've got some weird scratches all over them, and they have no memory of what's gone on. And then they start acting weird. Stuff starts happening. And they get violent. So, the main character, the father, with his daughter Angela, he takes her to an asylum where they hope they can do something for her. And the nurse, that's his next door neighbor, gives him a book by, oh God, what is Burstyn's name? Chris McNeil, Ellen Burstyn's character. And he doesn't believe, but then he reads the book and he's seeing things that coincide with what he's experiencing. So he tracks her down, and he talks to her, and we learn that Reagan, after Chris's book came out and became a huge sensation, Reagan couldn't stand the attention. She moved away, changed her name, and has never contacted her again. But when Chris sees the evidence, she decides to help. And everything culminates, very interestingly, in a major exorcism in which you not only have a priest, Catholic priest there, you've also got a priestess of Santa Maria, or Santa Rita, and a Protestant minister, all working together. And there's some twists and turns, and part of the ending is happy, part of it is sad, but a very, very good film. The ads that you've seen, the trailers and stuff, they lied. I don't think Ellen Burstyn has more than 15 to 20 minutes in the film. And she doesn't show up till like the halfway point. And she's in the hospital the rest of the time. And as for whether Linda Blair shows up, I'm not going to say. can take what you want from that, but I'd rather you go and see the film yourself if you want to find that out. But, very good. Has all the tropes you expect, you know, the gooey spitting and really weird sequence towards the end. They get all artsy. But, yeah, really good. I like that there was no condemnation of one religion over the other. They all equally valid in this storyline. What it came down to was belief and hope. And, of course, Ellen Burstyn gives a big speech at one point that garners everyone to, or garners the father to gather everyone together to make a major exorcism. And then the exorcism takes up a good third of the film, I would say. It's not just read some passages and done. It's a real battle for the souls. And yeah, unexpected ending. Little, although you might guess it as the film goes along. Yeah, I would recommend it. Probably the best sequel the film has ever got. I might even put it better than Exorcist 3, even though that was actually written and directed by William Peter Blatty, the original author. But yeah, really good. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.